AyoGG, welcome to a new and the 10th episode of the AyoGG podcast in the special episode for Girls Planet 999 episode 10. A show which I by now really believe is completely sponsored by Mystique Story. Why? We will find out later. And with we, I mean not just myself, but also my friend Payne. Hello!
Hello.
The last episode was quite an, I'd say, exciting one for multiple reasons. One of the reasons be, of course, the performances of the creation missions in which the girls had to perform for the very first time songs that were actually only for them and no one else. Like first time performance of those songs. But before we got the pleasure to jump into this part, first we had a little open air car fan meet concert thing called Drive to Planet, which was the first time this episode that we got to hear a terrible name for either an occasion or group, but more to that maybe later. What happened in this little car concert? Well, before the girls actually got to meet for the first time some fans of them, they started, or we saw them, to prepare multiple, goods for the audience. Like little bags filled with stuff. I actually completely forgot what was in there. Do you have any idea what they put in there? I forgot,
In
honestly.
in the bags, they brought the stuff after the performances. You mean that one?
Yeah, yeah. And in the beginning, they prepared multiple goods like that. They
Ah,
put it themselves into the bags, but I
I, I
don't remember what exactly.
I don't know if it were something with their faces on. I don't know if this is about sticker stuff or a book or something like that. But I guess.
There were also bigger, like maybe blankets or it doesn't matter. It
Yeah.
doesn't matter. They packed little goodie bags for the people, and after that we jumped to the venue, which is, if I'm not mistaken, the same venue that they had previously performed the Signal song on. Um, the cars gathered there. Of course, they made this like car concert thing because of the Corona situation in South Korea, and they planted some cameras inside of the cars, so we were able to see the reactions of the people sitting in there and cheering for the girls. Um, that was about it, I think, already of that part. Before the girls finally got onto the stage and started this whole little fan meeting day with performing their Signal song over and over and over. And afterwards, they jumped right into a little question time. And I don't think it is necessary to like go through all the questions. Just a few things that I noted here. Jingoo is hot. That was a really important part of this question time. What we learned. We also learned that Mia always sleeps in other people's rooms because she is just too scared to sleep alone. And the best room to sleep in is Eugen's. So keep that in mind. And after that, it was time to see some more performances. We didn't get like full performances anymore, but at least some, teasers of past performances that they have already done, and which songs they performed was previously chosen by the audience. Like they could vote what they wanted to see, and then it was performed. Like, for example, My C was performed once again, and Bora screamed like she broke the complete venue with her high note. It was gorgeous. We got Helicopter performed, interesting thing here is we got Yujin this time too. She joined the Chinese members that performed the song, and Yujin and Yanning hugged, which was something that actually the audience mentioned. So I thought, why not mention it too? If even the people there and even Mnet is like editing it into the show, then maybe it is worth mentioning. Then we got Kick It with Junghoon, and important, this time not Jia, for reasons. I mean, she's not in the show anymore, but Dion decided to join her for this performance. And we got, as a last performance, Boombaya by our Japanese girls, and we got a little, like, behind the scenes story. Shana got scolded after the very first performance of this by Hikaru because it looks like she messed up a certain part that Hikaru taught her. But of course, they made up on stage and were happy and all. And I completely lied with that being the last performance. I just see. And we also got to see, maybe for me it was the last performance. Then we got Ice Cream. That's it. I don't have anything more for Ice Cream. Now, what I can say is that the crowd went wild. One thing I have to say, I'm not quite sure why Ice Cream is so insanely popular, but it is. In the I want to say produce audience, god damn it, Girls Planet audience. And the really last performance was How You Like That. There also nothing really worth mentioning happened, besides the crowd that once again went wild. So I think it was pretty clear which of these performances were the two favorites of the peoples in the car. And then the girls left the stage, and yeah, it looked like the whole event is now over, but suddenly they started to run back on the stage with the goodie bags in their hands. And what was quite interesting to see there is how the audience reacted, because they all got like ready to leave. They were still smiling and were happy after what they just witnessed, and just wanted to like get away from there. And suddenly, the girls went back on stage, and and the people started to scream and be like, "Oh my god! Oh my god! Oh my god! Oh my god!" Because of course they knew that the girls would now come down and give them their stuff. And I really remember well the one girl that like turned around to, it looks like, the parents on the back seat, and was like, give me the camera, the camera, the camera, give me the camera. It was adorable. And yeah, they got all their goodie bags, and with that, the car concert Drive to Planet already ended. What was your opinion on the whole event?
Super cool. I really liked it. It was not that long, so it was not too long in my opinion. Was a, I guess. I'm not sure about the car thing. I mean, yes, Corona and stuff like that, but come on, I don't, I just, maybe it's just me, but I don't feel the, yeah, the car thing in such things like car events. I don't see the point.
Yeah, I don't really like it either, but I guess it's better than nothing. Since
Yeah.
the situation in Korea is worse, like the situation
Mm.
here in Germany, for example. So they have to do that stuff.
Yeah,
And
of course.
in my opinion, before you are like not doing anything, it's better to do it like this. But it's also not my preferred way of attending such an event.
I mean, the performances were great, especially Bora. So yeah,
I like
I loved it.
rewatched this part like multiple times, and I goosebumps every freaking time.
Yeah, before we recorded, I was just randomly clicking through it, and I, yeah, landed there. So
Amazing.
I was listening to it again.
After the car concert, it was time for the creation missions. And one thing that I want to point out, when Sunmi walked into the venue, all the people were like, "Oh my god, she looks gorgeous!" Because that was the first time they saw her after changing her hair color to pink. And an important thing that I noted then was Shana saying, I wanted to dye my hair pink too. And I'm sitting here like, why the fuck didn't you? Girl, Shana in pink hair. Ooh. My heart is already starting to like bump super hard just thinking about it. Okay. After this really important part of the entire show, Shana revealing her desire to get pink hair, um, it was time for a little surprise event that the girls prepared for the masters. So they wanted to kind of thank the masters for helping them to show them their gratitude, and so they decorated the room they were in a way. Or my theory, Mnet wanted to have such a like yeah, like such a thing in the show. So they told the girls, "Hey, decorate the room to thank the masters." But maybe that's just my cynical self that is speaking there. What was amazing about this is that we got some interesting, comedic little intersections because we saw the members struggling to put nines on the wall. They weren't quite sure, like, how to put the nine that it's actually a nine and not a six, which didn't make any sense because they never turned it around. So it was only like it never makes sense, okay? They just like mirrored the nine, but then still it's not a six. It was highly confusing for me, this whole situation, but I really had to laugh. I give them that. Another thing that was quite funny is when they tried to put the props like up on the wall. We had two members. I don't unfortunately remember which ones that simply weren't able to reach as high as they needed to put the props there. But thankfully, our little giant May came to the rescue and with absolute ease helped them to put everything where it was supposed to. And they already, after that, instantly thanked her with saying, "Oh my god, you are so cool."
Good young baby giant.
Insane. I really hope she doesn't. Like, if she grows just a bit more, I cannot meet her because then she will even be taller than me.
She will crush you.
Oh yeah. Next up, we had the masters entering the venue. At least like 95% of them, because one person was missing, as always. Tiffany, looking at you. I have no clue what Tiffany is doing, but certainly she's never there. Like when there's something girls' band related, she's not there if it's not like the mission performances, which it hurt a bit, but at least I got to see her later. It was really cute because the girls also gave some presents, some gifts to the masters. For example, there were also some of those like self-made bracelets that you know from like absolutely every idol group out there, because there's always at least one member who is like crafting them together and is giving them away to every member of the group. So they also got that from the girls, which plus also papers with some messages for the masters, like thanking messages. And afterwards, we saw that also Tiffany and Jingoo got those presents because they were in their dressing rooms, and the members entered the rooms, gave it to them, and especially Tiffany looked super touched when she read the message of the girls, and Jingo was like instantly, "All right, I'm wearing that, thank you, okay." And
Yeah.
with that, in my opinion, made his outfit better. But more to that later. Because bad people would say you can't really make it worse, but that's a topic for our special section. Now it's important to know the creation mission. After that, it was time to like really get to business. And the creation mission, as always, the winner of the mission will get the benefit of getting twice the votes that are getting like received by Mnet 24 hours before the actual voting ends. And the very first performance, the very first song that was performed was Shoot by Chen Shin Wei, Gin Mia, Kishida Ririka, Hyuning Bahi, Nagai Manami, Choi Yu Jin, and Ikema Ruan. Now, training. Let's jump into the training. What we saw here first was too good to be true, because the training actually looked like happy, and like all the members knew what they're doing, and we know that is not how Mnet works. So every time when a training starting like this, you know shit's about to go down. And yeah, it looked like Eugen was just an outstandingly kind and perfect leader that is leading the girls with a constant smile on her face, and looked like, okay, everything is going to go good. And then also, on top of that, we saw Eugen with the other girls standing in front of the masters and saying, yup, we are good. So they were quite confident. Problem is, in the training, the actual performance of the girls wasn't really that, like, not that good, honestly, because what I wrote down is the group is a vocal wrecking ball in the training.
Yeah.
Because that the vocals were like all over the place. Not one of them actually managed to hit any notes they were supposed to. The voices were either flat or completely over the top. Yeah, and everyone was just really terrible.
Definitely.
What do you say?
No, I'm totally with that. I mean, it's like they have kind of just focused on the. It was like they have focused on 90% choreo and literally forgot to train the singing kind of, cause I don't know. It was like it wasn't even just the notes. It was like, I don't know. It sounded so bad at all.
Yeah, it was a bit unfortunate, but as we know, it's a training, and the training doesn't matter. Absolutely not. And because afterwards, of course, we got the instant redemption arc. Like, the girls got together again. Eugen was a teeny weeny bit more strict, but still completely Eugen. And they were, of course, still having fun and slowly improved. And then, boom, time for the performance. The first thing I wrote down is weekly, because the outfits of this group were so freaking weekly, especially after school era. Like, if you compare this, it is ridiculous.
Yeah,
Like,
literally.
I really expected them to start performing after school. Now, I just was looking for the skateboard lying on the sides. But what I have to say is the energy of the group was then in the end really great. Like, they absolutely lived this song, in my opinion. Every member was a 100% game, and looked like was enjoying this performance to the max. Or did you see it differently?
No, they really had fun, and yeah, we're showing the concept of the song very well, cause of course this one was the cutie performance. um and yeah, vocal wise, of course, it was better. It's not a song that's super strong focused on the vocal parts. Especially the high note in this song is pretty. Yeah, it's a pretty basic high note, you can say, but to pull this off, yeah, well, is such a good thing. I mean, you still need to know how to do it. So yeah, they pulled it off very well. I haven't seen any flaws so far, so I was, yeah, pretty happy with the performance.
Okay. My opinion is a bit different.
Mhm.
The biggest problem I have with the performance is that it was basically 60% Bahi, 30% Yujin, and the rest were like the remaining 10%. Um, which was really strange in my opinion, that it was like so focused on especially those two members, like the entire performance. Um, the vocals, yeah, they were not bad, but they were far from something I'd be like, okay, I would actually like to continue to listen to this. But I also want to add to that that basically the song is really not my thing. Like nothing about the song is really working with me personally. So of course, this is also a big part. It was playing a big part in my opinion on the performance, because I wouldn't say that any of the girls is at fault for my opinion on the vocals being kind of meh, because that's basically how the song is supposed to be sung.
Yeah. Right.
And yeah, it's not their fault. They just did what they had to do, and that they did well. But yeah, I can't really say that I really enjoyed it, honestly.
Hmm. So I can really, I don't know. I don't know if this is just me, but I can pretty much cut songs and performances pretty well. Not 100%. So of course, it's not every time. So of course, if there would be a better song, I could or I can enjoy it more. But sometimes, okay, I have to say it's a cute performance, and I guess I said it when we watched it. I'm pretty lost for that. Maybe that's the reason for that performance, at least. I'm not a huge fan of the song as well, but I really enjoyed the performance because even if the song in the background or is might be in the background, for me, I can really enjoy the performance as a whole.
But the
Of
performance
course,
itself, in my opinion, was always also not that impressive. Like the
mhm,
choreography was also like, yeah, okay.
yeah, it was pretty
I've
much
seen
the
that
thing.
like 100,000 times.
Yeah, but the song was meant to be like that.
Yeah, and that's the problem. Not just
Yeah.
the song, but also the choreography.
But for me, it kind of works because I mean, maybe. So if we take as example, um, the group Weekly, surprise. I would say they are kind of outstanding when it comes to choreo because they are bringing up pretty much new stuff. But that's not something that happens too often in the genre of cute songs, at least nowadays. And I guess it's just cause cute songs kind of have their key moves you slightly need to insert, and yeah, I'm a pretty simple man if it comes
Yeah,
to
but exactly
concepts.
those key moves are supposed to catch you. And just because a performance overall is like pretty basic in a way, doesn't mean that the key moves have to be too. Because if they have the proper impact, the rest of the performance is instantly like getting elevated. I'm not going to try to say that word. I think you know what I mean.
I
Um,
guess yes.
I'm sorry. I'm quite tired at the moment. Um, important thing is elevated.
Mhm.
Ha!
Oh, strong.
Did
You
it.
did it.
Um, so just because a song is cute, doesn't mean that the performance has to be dull.
Mhm.
That the choreo has to be dull. And in that case, it was. And once again, this is not the fault of any of the members. Because once again, the members themselves didn't really have any flaw. They did exactly what they had to do, and they performed the choreo great and the song great, but especially those two things were just designed too dull. And just because you're doing a cute song, you don't have to do a dull song.
No, especially song-wise, I guess there is. Um, yeah, there's the. I don't know. I'm not super hooked by the song as well. Maybe because it's a bit too generic. I don't know.
But
Maybe.
maybe you have
Um,
been hooked more by the next song.
maybe.
Which
What is the
is
next song?
the fairy-like Utopia, performed by Huang Xingxiao, Kim Bora, Kim Chae-hyun, Kawaguchi Orina and Kang Ye-so. Dude, seriously. Sleep. Sleep. Training. Let's jump into the training. The most the most prominent part of the training was Xing Xiao, who struggled a lot with the choreography. Like, she had a lot of problems with memorizing it, and also the execution itself was pretty difficult for her. Because before we jumped into the training part, we already heard the masters saying that the dancing skill of Xing Xiao is lacking a lot compared to the other members of the group. And that we also saw in the practice. And because of the fact that she has more problems with memorizing that stuff, the training could not really proceed in a adequate like pace, which resulted into them having to perform only a part of the song in front of the masters because they weren't able to practice all of it, to that extent where they were like, okay, we can perform this without making too many mistakes. Which was also criticized by the masters, and even though they performed only the small part, Xing Xiao still had problems. She was slow at times, she missed some of her parts completely, and the absolute like money shot of this training episode was while she was criticized for her dancing, we saw the teacher in close up in the background, the heart that was put on the wall, symbolizing the love between the girls and the masters, crash down the ground in the background, which was quite like a fun little moment. And it was so symbolic for what we saw and witnessed. And yeah, interestingly, Xing Xiao wasn't the only one who was criticized. It was also Chaeyoung, because for her it wasn't the dancing but the singing that disappointed the masters. She felt kind of off while singing in the training, and also wasn't like really able to hit the notes. Do you have something to add to the training part?
Nope.
All right,
I
then
maybe a
yeah,
little thing. I still think it was Mnet's fault with the heart thing.
the balloon
Yeah,
was all planned by Mnet.
Mnet did it. Safe.
Then
I'm
those
hundred.
little
I'm 100% sure.
there will be more conspiracy theories later on, guys, regarding
Yeah.
Mnet. I can promise you that. Um, where was I? Ah, yeah, performance. Oh God. Oh, I'm sorry, guys. I'm really sorry. Okay, but we can pull through this together. We can do it. The performance of Utopia. What is your opinion on that?
It was a fairy-like, beautiful piece of art. I really loved it. So first, of course, with the you can't really do something wrong based on the setting if you just go with the typical, yeah, girls just wear right dresses. We will do some fairy tale like heaven like stuff on the stage, and concept wise we are 10 of 10.
Mm.
So
It is a classic,
mhm.
that's for sure. But in my opinion, it didn't feel like it didn't feel overused because it has been um like a standard thing for girl groups in the past. Um, Not really anymore. Like I can't really remember the last time we really got something like this, like in the real K-pop world, if you know what I mean.
In the
Um,
real K-pop
yeah,
world.
I mean
Yeah.
on the outside, where everything everything wants to kill you, where it's only only rivalry. No, of course not. But there's probably more rivalry here in the show than
Maybe.
outside. But I think you know what I mean. In the past, in former generations, I'd say, this has been a concept that has been done much more, especially in the beginning, in the early years of girl groups. But nowadays, we kind of see the opposite for girl groups, like a more fierce concept to the beginning, a more like yeah, often a bit more mature, or at least a bit more in the crushy side, like not maybe not instantly girl crush, but often more mature teen crush, if that makes any sense, like in the middle of teen crush and a girl crush.
Mhm.
That's why I enjoyed it so much, because I really love those performances. I love these kinds of concepts, and yeah. What
Mhm.
it's your for opinion on this?
So yeah, the song itself fits the concept as well. Of course, yeah. So it was a song um that was really, really vocal focused. It was it was one of the songs without any rap or stuff like that. It was
Oh, thankfully.
just five vocals. And yeah, I really loved it. It had some. So, I mean, if you look at the group, there might be especially one thing you might where you can see, and this is Buddha participating in such a song like this.
Yeah,
Um,
the song was made for Bora.
and of course, with her at the main vocal position, especially the ending really, really was giving goosebumps. But we had Yeso, I guess, in the killing part, so in the center, I
She
guess.
was the center, yeah.
Yeah. Which she destroyed totally. She was super, super nice in the center. And this is, of course, a concept. She can. I don't know. Just look at her, and you can see the concept at her. And she really, really displayed it like that to the audience, in my opinion.
Yeso was
Um,
freaking angelic in the
yeah.
beginning. Holy shit. When I saw her, I instantly lost my heart to her. I was like, okay, girl. That's it. You got me. Okay, this is it. This was, my god, my heart.
Yeah,
I want this as a
and
poster, this scene.
maybe you just write an email to Mnet.
Hey Mnet, it's me again.
It's me again. I
You
just
know
want to
you
post
know
it,
me,
you know?
but you know the dude that you're always ignoring and doing like the exact opposite of he wants to. Yeah, that's me.
Uh, and so, of course, all of them did a really good job if it comes to the vocals. So I don't have a really something to criticize in that place. Of course, there are stronger vocals and yeah, vocals that are a bit weaker compared to other ones, but that's such a normal thing in a group. And yeah, I was really, really satisfied with with all of it. It was just really that the overall song, I guess, there was something that so the song itself, I guess there is there needed to be something for me to get more hooked to it. I don't know what, so I can't really explain it. It's a good song, but it's not something I really would do in my playlist instantly. So if you know what I mean.
Speaking about putting things on my playlist, I put the song instantly in my playlist. Um, I love it. absolutely adore it. Um, and I can already take that tension away. My favorite song from the creation mission, creation mission it was. Um, absolutely amazing. I already spoke about Yeso in the beginning. Angel, absolute angel. Bora's high note. When I rewatched it today, I fell on my knees. I was sitting there listening to this and was like, how is that even possible? That FNC is not displaying those vocals more. I don't get it. Like, how can you, yeah, honestly, waste the vocals that Bora has? Because in the, like, in Cherry Bullet songs, she doesn't get that chance to shine. Like, not even close to what she can show here. So, I really want to criticize FNC here. Do your freaking job and showcase her vocals more. God damn it. Urena. I also want to really praise and point out Urena because I feel like she found her position now. Every time when Urena is kind of like a supporting to lead vocal, like in between those two, is when she is shining the most, in my opinion. She is blending in really, really well with the other vocals. She is working as an amazing bridge between them. And of course, the concept is also completely hers. It is her style. This bright, pure concept. Urena can really like lift that. Overall, the voice colors of the performance was, in my opinion, really perfect, and the harmonizations. It's in the chorus, dude. The chorus of the song is piercing so hard through my heart every freaking time when I'm listening to it. Absolutely amazing. The only thing that I can a bit criticize is Xing Xiao was sometimes a bit unsynchronized in the choreography compared to the others, and she lacked the proper facial expression. Later on, I think it was Sunmi who asked her why looks so nervous the whole time, because that was really a problem. She never looked like she was enjoying the performance. She always looked super concerned, which was a shame. But yeah, besides that, mwah, mwah, Utopia. After Utopia, it is time to check out the formula of love, guys. You plus me equals love with Soyoung-un, Kamimoto Kotone, Sakamoto Mashiro, Tsu Xinyu, Mei Nonakashana, and Kim Soo-yeon. Practice. And now it's time to for criticism from my side towards Mnet. First, we see like the absolute basic thing that we always see in practice. We see a member struggling, in that case Suyeon, because she was added later to this group, so she didn't have as much time as the others to like train, and Shana was consoling her and telling her it's okay, you didn't have as much time as we have, just relax, and we can do this. And the big problem I have with this is the same problem I always have when stuff like this happens. Why exactly is it necessary to put one person on the spot and completely throw away the rest? This is the reason why I said in the beginning that the show is like sponsored by Mystique Story. Because how the fuck do you want to explain to me the amount of screen time that Suyeon is getting at the moment? Like, this is ridiculous. The other members, it looked like the others were backup dancers. Like they have absolutely nothing to do with the team because it was only Suyeon the whole freaking time.
I mean, Mnet wants her in a group.
Yeah, but how obvious can you do that? They didn't even do it that obvious in the past.
As obvious as Mnet.
Like seriously, this is so freaking unfair for all the other people. I have no problem with like putting one more on the spot than others. That is how the show is. You can't do the show without it because there are simply certain people you have to focus more on, and because it's impossible to focus on everyone. But this is just really. I'm really sorry for Suyeon when I say it, but I'm so freaking annoyed by this.
I mean, you're basically annoyed by this, how Mnet is doing it, but you are not annoyed by her, so
Yeah.
you don't need to say sorry to her. I guess.
No, it's really it's not to Suyeon.
Yeah. Yeah.
Only the best things to you. But holy fuck, this really makes my blood boil. That shit.
Yeah. Imagine at the end. I mean, I don't know what Mnet is thinking. I mean, of course they are doing it that obvious, cause I'm still in the road that I say Mnet can't easily fake it like they did before the votes. So they are obviously trying to do it somehow in another way, if you know what I mean.
They're doing with brute force.
Yeah, they're doing it pretty obviously with brute force.
They like
Somehow.
punch it into your face.
Yeah,
Over and over. This girl, do you know this? Here, maybe, here, come, a bit more. This one. And I'm just sitting there like, what the fuck is going on here?
It's psychological warfare.
And the only thing I hope is that it isn't like that it doesn't feel for other people as it does for me.
Mhm.
Because for me, it's doing the exact opposite. You know?
Mhm.
And I really hope that this isn't the case for other people. Because if something like that happens to me, I'm like, oh, dude, no, I'm freaking voting for everyone else. Mnet, it's starting to developing into that direction. And this is so not cool.
Yeah, I
And
mean,
it hurts myself when I get those thoughts at times, but I can't help myself but to get them.
I mean, the thing is, I don't think it changes that much, cause the one that are voting for her right now are, I guess, just the ones as me that are pretty. I don't know where she is on a high grade. I say it like that. So where you think she's one of your faves, and just as an imaginable, I mean, if Jongwon would stay there and get that much screen time, I don't think you wouldn't vote her then. So it's I you know what I mean? I don't think it's that
Jongyun?
strong.
Jongyun?
Jongmin.
Jongmin.
Yeah.
Uh,
So
no,
I don't.
because of course because I'm biased there, but it's not
Yeah,
about the people
right.
who are already biased.
No, but I think we are just we are just in a situation where we are just kind of voting our biases.
Yeah, and
So
that's the thing where I'm not so sure,
okay.
because it it's basically it's basically the same as for elections. Like here in Germany, we recently had elections, and all those like campaigns and posters and stuff, you're not doing for the people who know what they're going to vote for. You're doing it for the people that don't. For the few people, or not few people, I don't know, but for the people who are like, I'm not sure who I should vote for them is all of that stuff. Not for the people who already know who they're voting for, because these people you don't change, and
Mhm.
that is like the big problem in a way. once again, not because I don't want Suyeon to be successful, but because it is just so unfair toward everyone else in this group.
Mhm.
It just leaves such a bad taste, and this is just the thing that annoys me so much.
Yeah, it's definitely a topic to talk about.
Um, After that, after the practice, because that was basically it, we didn't really get like a midterm checkup as we usually get for this group. Um, we we basically jumped then right into the performance of You plus Me equals love. And now to get on a more positive note again, I'm giving up to you.
He already knows. So you plus me equals love is a shit name, Jesus Christ. But on the other side, let's start with the outfits, and the outfits are the best outfits for me. I mean, it's the basic black red combination. The 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 outfits they're wearing is such a nice thing. I mean, they have some white in it. It's super okay, but I just love it. And I guess this time we get a genre that's kinda going in the teen crush direction, but whoa, bro, I don't know which genre you could put this really much, cause that's super hard. That's such a hard concept, hard song to guess the concept, I guess. Um,
Yeah.
So I guess Teen Crush might fit it the most. And at, when I listened to the little seconds of the revealing of the songs, I was like, okay, this could, or I could really like the song. And it turned out that I really like the song, cause it's pretty fast. It's super catchy. So the hook over the all song. So this kind of same pattern that's going over the whole song kind of is super catchy. It's super fast, and I really like the combination of the vocal sections and the kind of K-pop rap sections talking. I don't know how you want to call it. And it's something I really need to point out, and it's a bit sad that it kind of evolved to that, but May didn't mess up, and she really did a good job.
She did an amazing job. Absolutely.
So, of course, she got a part where she was kind of going, but yeah, I don't know, I don't know, she was behind and just walking uh, through the other girls, and it's like she's so tall and it's her moment and she don't mess up. It's really, I don't know,
Mhm.
that's the moments, or that are the moments where May can shine the most.
Maybe
um
to put this into a bit of perspective,
mhm.
in case you haven't listened to like
Ah,
past
of course.
episodes of the podcast, um, what we are talking about May here is that in the past, in most of the performances, we were a bit disappointed with May, um, just based on her like vocal skills that she has shown in the past, where we like really asked ourselves what exactly happened there, because we know through Cherry Bullet and performances there that May is much better than what she has shown in the past, vocal wise.
Mhm.
And this time, she was actually like able to display that she really has a stable singing skill, that her vocalization is really good. And I mean, of course, about her dance, I don't need to talk about, because that has always been top notch.
That's true. um and I really so you had the you had the pre-chorus of the song with Shana doing an amazing or the pulling up the build up amazing. um and I guess it was Jungen doing the main vocal part in the song.
Yep.
I really love this part when she's just belting out the it's love. It's super cool. It's such a cool mechanic to drop into the chorus and to build up this very chill like chorus. And yeah, at all, the whole song is like an up and down. It's pretty fast, but it's an up and down. You have in the bridge later on the little section where it's changing the mood a bit. And it really entertains you every second cause there's so much happening. It's like a typical K-pop thing where so much in the song happens that yeah, you have many members that are changing, and so so the voice colors are changing, and the method of doing, yeah, how you sing and how you talk, sing or rap and stuff like this. And this song really, I don't know, it entertains me super well, and I loved it. I really loved it. And I guess I don't know. Uh I haven't really write down something, but I can't remember a flaw there as well. But maybe I forgot it again. So I would give it to you. But I guess they pulled it off very well.
Yeah, overall the performance was really well executed. I can also just add Shana Boah. The way she was belting out those notes, it once again just really showed what kind of amazing vocal Shana is. And what I really like about Shana is that compared um, to other main vocals, um, she has like she can really go high, like super
Mhm.
super high with her voice, which can be used in really interesting things. So I'm not sure if you put Shana into a group as like the only main vocal, but I could really imagine Shana and someone else with like a lower range um, as kind of like a double main vocal head of a group, and those two continuously like yeah, battling each other with different heights of high notes. This could be really something interesting in future releases. Maybe she will be part of. And Jungon, what I liked about her was that she brought kind of like different flavor with her voice. Sometimes the way she sung her parts reminded me a bit of like were a bit jazzy in a
Mhm.
way. Uh, the way she like kind of played with the vocalization was super cool. So Jungon, please, 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 please come really far. Make it into the group. I need you in this group. Jungon and Shana in a group. Mwah, 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 mwah. But I honestly can't say that I am such a fan of the song as you are. Especially the chorus, I can't get into it. This you plus me, you plus me. I don't feel it. Not
Mhm.
one bit. I
I'm
don't like
already
it.
hooked, even when you doing this.
Yeah, I thought so. Um, I really don't like it. Also, this choreo part, in especially in the chorus, and when they're singing this you plus me equals love. You know, when they're this those hand gestures.
Mhm.
For me, over the top. I really don't feel this part. Overall, the performance, once again, was well executed, but it didn't catch me due to the fact that I simply am not a fan of either song or choreo. What I have to say, I sometimes felt like Suyon's parts, that some of them were a bit too flat, the way she sung them.
Mhm.
Um, like if I compare that to what happened before and after, her, and then she in between a bit flat. This is especially what I liked in the Utopia performance, why I praised Urina so much, because I felt like Urina was able to connect those parts better. Like you have someone with a strong voice, then Urina, and then someone else. And then you have this like gradient basically of the voices. And that would have been something maybe good for this performance too. Like before Suyeon, you have like someone like Urina who can smooth out this skip from one vocal to the other. But yeah, overall performance, well made. Yeah, but not my thing. And last but not least, we have Snake. And here the members were Fu Yanning, Sheng Xiaoting, Suri Chi, Chai Bing, Kim Dayon, Wen Xie, and Izaki Hikaru. In the practice, we learned that the main vocal position of the song changed from Surichi to Fu Yanning. And the reason why they decided on doing that was because the master said that when Surichi is singing that part, it feels a bit too boring, and Yanning's voice is simply stronger. So it would make sense to like switch that. That led to quite a lot of drama. I don't want to get too much into the back and forth that then started. Only important thing is they then switched parts which Surichi did not like, because she didn't like the parts Fu Yanning had. And she had a lot of problems to adapt to that, to accept that. Yeah, in the end, they started to talk about the fact that they can't continue practicing when Richie is just not into this whole thing. Then there was crying, and then there was making up. The typical stuff.
Yeah.
And yeah, then they were able to continue to practice sincerely. Also interesting, Hikaru got her next Rambo part with I forgot exactly how it is, but dish.
Yeah.
I just remember dish.
Genau.
And
Genau. Right.
And there is one big problem I have with this whole changing of vocals thing, but we will talk about that after the performance. Is there something else? Yeah, one important thing maybe to point out in the practice, when they performed on stage in front of the masters in the practice, you could already see that Yanning was messing up the choreo, like the rhythm of it. She wasn't able to like keep the exact pace of it, and also she was messing up the high note, which was kind of a foreshadowing for the performance. Now, performance. What do you think about Snake?
What do I think about Snake? Let's begin with the thing. It's a Moombahton. We already know a Moombahton out of the Produce series, and it's the Moombahton trap song Rumor. And for me, I'm just putting it out of the out on the table. It's not better than Rumor for me, but it's the Rumor out of the season, cause this is my favorite song, and I really, really enjoy the song. It's maybe it. I mean, it's a bit comparable to Rumor, of course, cause it's the same genre, and they have something a bit similar elements in it, like the rap sections and stuff like that. And I really, really love the song. So this is my favorite song, and when I put this one in the playlist, I was like, okay, let's listen to it once. Especially because it was the studio version. That was, in my opinion, better than the live version, but that's something we will come later to a bit. So I really love the studio version of the song. It sounds so powerful, and I don't know. I think the voices of them fit so good together. I really love the song, and I can imagine being the song as at least the studio version. This just sounds like a release of a girl group that's already debuted, in my opinion. So if it comes to the performance, first the outfits were fire, like the snake kind of outfits, of course. Um, then we had the green um, how do you
Smoke.
call it? Smoke. Thanks. You have this green smoke that's gone or yeah that they showed us in the beginning. Like we saw this, I don't know, 4 times in a row or something like that, cause Mnet
Yeah.
was tripping.
Mnet was like super proud of that effect, probably, which I
Yeah,
can understand because the way this smoke like came up from the stage with the green light in this was really a super cool like effect, a super
yeah.
cool scenario. But yeah, continue.
Exactly. Especially with the dark stage, the red lights, it really felt like you are in a I don't know. I mean, it's a bit like I don't know if it should be poison or something like that, but it felt like
Yeah, I'd say so.
because snakes can have poison.
Yeah, poisonous
um,
gas, something like this.
yeah, something like that. And yeah, I really liked it so far. So then we start with the performance, and what I want to point out is instantly in the beginning, first one of the sort of female choreo master did the choreo, right? If I
Mm-hmm.
remember it right.
Mm-hmm.
Um, and the beginning with kinda yeah, they layering up like I mean it's about to be a snake, but after one doing the move after each other, it's super cool start. The choreo at all, I'm super yeah, excited about the choreo because I don't know it's super nice to look at it, and yeah, it's just fitting the genre, and it's something I really love. When it comes to yeah the vocals, it's a bit like I don't know if I'm that harsh because I listen to the studio version often, but yeah, it's a bit like they portrayed their vocals a bit too too low. I don't know if they had not enough energy to put it into the performance, or they kind of just did it a bit different there. But it doesn't felt that strong how it does in the yeah studio version, and I guess that's so in a live version it's kind of lacking at some point. Um, and yeah, I don't know. Maybe it's just me, but that's my opinion about it. And yeah, of course, we had this. Okay, so I'm going to say we had this vocal switch, right? And Master were talking about it like Yanning would fit the or Yanning's voice would fit the song better or something like that. What I can say definitely is her voice really fits the song. So especially in a studio version, I really like her voice being in this kind of song and fitting this genre definitely. Um, Still, I'm super mad about it that it got or that's I mean it kind of got forced by the masters, that whole situation. Um, and the master may kind of I don't know explain it maybe because of the mess up of Sulichi at a high note or something like that. But that's something I want to give to you because you're the one that's criticizing the Mnet decisions more than I. So I will give that ball to you. Basically, I just wanted to put my opinion about it a bit here before.
Okay. What makes the first thing that made me insanely mad about this switching of the main vocals is because um, they made it so the masters did it so easily. Like they were
Mhm.
sitting there, I don't like it. Here, Yanning, you do it. Instead, what they're supposed to be, when someone is maybe and it is not like, I want to point out, it's not like Richie messed it up in any way. The
Mhm.
only thing they said is your voice. What you're saying sounds too boring. Yeah, well then do your fucking job, masters, and teach her how she's supposed to do it. Like they took the easy road and said, "No, let's someone else do it." Instead of going to her and tell her how she can, how she can sing that part the way she's supposed to. Because later on in the performance, there were parts where Yanning and Richie were singing basically the same part one after another, and there wasn't much of a voice difference there. There wasn't much of a difference when they were singing that part. So I'm 100% sure that Surichi would have been able to pull that off if someone would have taught her how. And this is just something that really pisses me off a lot. That the masters didn't even try to help her, and this is something which I can like basically explain to myself only with one thing, and that's when I say that when I think that Mnet wanted that change because maybe they knew how it would turn out in the end. That Surichi, she explained later on why she behaved the way she behaved in the practice when she started to cry, because she said, "Okay, it looks like I'm not as good as I thought I was." So, and it for me, it feels like Mnet speculated on that and was like, "Okay, let's take the part away from her, so we get more drama." That's how it felt to me, and the fact that the masters did it so easily, while when other people mess up, when other people main vocals mess up much worse than Surichi did, the masters are like, nah, I can't really evaluate this, train more and then do it again. But here, no, instant, no switch.
Mhm.
And that was such a disgusting thing to do. And and I have no, it doesn't matter which master it said. All the others were sitting beside and didn't say anything against it or something like this. They all were cool with it. So, and this is such a disgusting way of handling the situation. They are there to help them and not to like drag them down. And this really felt like they said to her, "You know what? You're too bad. You're not worth this position. Fuck off." That's how it felt. And
Mhm.
I can understand this why um, when I watched it for the first time, I was pretty mad at Surichi about the way she behaved. When I watched it a second time, I started to like understand where she was coming from, because maybe if she interpreted all of this in a like kind of the same way I do right now, I can understand why she would feel like, okay, maybe I was just I completely overestimated myself. Because when she really is like, the masters told her, "Fuck off, you're too bad," then I am absolutely not surprised. And
Mhm.
yeah, this made me so freaking mad. And yeah,
I mean,
then later on,
huh?
when Yanning was like messing up the vocal parts, they were like, yeah, okay, or if a main vocal isn't able to do it, and it was like, how little mother. Seriously, I was so mad because, okay, not just you are like throwing Surichi out and throwing Yanning like in, just like, I don't know how much time more they have after the midterm evaluation. I would guess also again like 1 week or something like this, but doesn't matter. But they had to switch parts in between, so both had to learn new. new. So you already took for you the easy part, and then later on, you constantly criticize the main vocal, where I'm like, did you never teach her? Like, what is the situation? What is this? And then they're like, nah, she isn't as strong as I thought they were. Yeah, maybe because you made a fucking mistake. Maybe it was your mistake that you changed the main vocal. Did you maybe think about that? You know? And that was just this whole situation. In the end, it was bad for Surichi and Fu Yanning. It was just bad for both of them and for the whole team. This whole situation that was just created by the masters
Mhm.
or Mnet or whoever. I don't fucking care. But it definitely wasn't the fault of the girls, and that is just annoying me so hard because I feel like the masters simply have not done their job. They have one job, that is to train them, and they did not do that.
Yeah. I mean, this whole situation is I've read or I have watched the typical lyric video, color coded, and stuff like
Mhm.
that. And of course, um, below the song Snake, color coded, of course, there are fans of the song. So,
Understandable.
yeah, and it's really interesting to read such comments. Like, as example, I don't know why they would change it like that, cause it doesn't make such a difference or something like that. Or somewhere like I really would love to see how Surichi in the main vocal part would sound in the song,
Yeah.
because yeah, it's pretty much for the most of the people, it's not that big of a difference who of the both is doing it.
Yeah, and this is exactly what I meant before, because in the performance, this is something I like wrote down exactly like that. Um, Surichi and Fuyaning have similar parts in the song where they sing right after another and they don't sound that much different.
Yeah.
And in the practice, Surichi did not sound bad. This is the freaking thing. She did not sound bad. Maybe a bit boring, okay, but this is something you can easily work on within 1 week. You
Yeah.
know, this, but the, why not try? Why do you give other people who really mess up big time in the practice the chance? Yeah, okay, just do it again. We will later on when you come to practice, we will practice it and that's it. But here you're like, no, fuck off. Let the other one do it. Um, like I can really just see it the way that Mnet was like, we need drama there, and they knew they would get it with both Yanning and Surichi. Maybe I really think Mnet by now they see them like 24 hours a day. They know how the girls are by now. They know how to trigger them. So okay, we trigger Surichi, and then we trigger Fu Yanning, who, of course, when there is the chance to take the main vocal position, she's like, okay, I'll try. Of course she does. And of course, this will also, once again, look bad in a way, because Fu Yanning already has a certain, like, reputation. And this, if you don't like her, just adds to this, if you know what I mean.
Mhm.
The situation plays into that hand of Mnet just to create drama. And this is just the thing that pisses me off so hard. But if you don't want to talk more about it, I talk more about the rest of the performance.
No, basically, I can just close my. I liked it. I said it before. And yeah, it was this one thing that really bothered me at the performance. The other, so there's nothing between it. Like even the rap, when it's not that strong as in a yeah, studio version. In my opinion, they really did a good job. I really like the second verse the most, where it's kind of combination out of vocal and rap. You remember there is a song that's kind of remind maybe could go into your mind in that. But yeah, so it really, I don't know. So the second verse might be the favorite part. And we have one thing I have to point out, and that is we have a killing part there with our uh Wang nee,
Shouting.
shouting. Jeez. Chinese names are so confusable. Right, shouting. And her hip swing. And all are going getting wet kind of what is this? Jesus. I mean, it's a good move and she looks hella fine. I'm giving her that. And her hip swing is strong. But
Dude,
come on, you don't need to get that wet like Sunmi does. Jesus.
dude, shouting. Ey.
Yeah, but you don't need to get that wet like Sunmi did every time again. I guess shouting did it 2 times, and I guess 2 times the masters were like, oh Jesus. Ooh.
Yeah,
And I'm
but
thinking like, okay,
there,
that's
there you always have to consider. We don't know if this was just edited that way or no.
true,
So,
true,
but
true.
but yeah,
But yeah,
of course, they gave really big reactions. But
yeah.
I also have to say, shouting, wow.
Mm.
Um, and I don't like the master. And this is something that really bothers me with the masters. All they always say to shouting is, "Wow, wow, she's so wow, beautiful. Look at her. Wow, gorgeous. Wow." And I'm like, yeah, true,
Yeah.
but there's more. You know, there
Mm.
there is more to this girl than just her looks. We know by now that she's gorgeous. I think we don't need to tell her that anymore. But um,
Right.
or, but because I kind of fear for her that she's like meeting the same fate as Twice as Tsui,
Mm.
who is like constantly saying, "Boy, you're so gorgeous," and then she's like, "I dance and sing too. Hello, hello, I
Yeah.
also sing. Boy, gorgeous." You know, that's, and I really think that as nice it is to get told you're beautiful, but I think at some point you want to like also getting praised for the rest, for your actual skills. And
Yeah.
shouting that hip swing and all is a
Mm.
part of why she's so amazing. Like the power she has on stage
Yeah.
when she's moving her body, she is kind of enchanting when she is on stage and dancing. She's an absolute amazing dancer. Her voice always works great with the song she is performing. Always. It is not like her voice is super outstanding, but her voice always matches perfectly with the concept, which is something I want to really praise too. Plus, there is a part in the choreography where multiple members are going down on their knees and then spin. And I want to point out that Xiaoting is the only one who did it without knee protection. She rotated on her bare knees on this ground like 180 degrees or even more. Um, and those this ground on the stage, if I'm not completely mistaken, these are made out of a material which is make it easy or not as easy for you to slip, that you don't accidentally like fall over and slip. So like rotating with bare skin on that can be quite hurtful. Just want to point that out because I was really impressed by that. All the others wore knee protections or at least something over the knees, but she didn't. Like her boots weren't high enough.
Mhm.
Um, Next up, the rap duo Hikaru and Chai Bing.
Mm.
I please want to have that rap duo forever. That was such a sick combination. They were an amazing addition to each other. The sound of their voices matched insanely well, and their rap skills are also really, really great. So that was a big pleasure for me. Surichi, I was a huge fan. Even though she didn't like the parts that she had to do, she really nailed them. Like her voice power was blending in perfectly with the rest. She really added um, a lot to the concept and the song itself. And her stage presence, as always, has been outstanding. Like when she's staring at you, you're backing off because she's holy shit. I'm not messing with that one. Okay, her stare is so intense, and also this wet hair look that she had. Mwah, gorgeous. Um, yeah. About the rest, I also pretty much enjoyed the performance. You can say Fu Yanning. Um, I'd say she once again kind of overdid it with her facial expressions, which is like a reoccurring problem that I have with her performances. And there were also some choreo things that she messed up a bit because she was either like too fast or too slow. And yeah, well, the high note, we know. I think I don't need to get more into that. It was unfortunate, but it happened. But overall, really, a great performance from all the people involved. This was a super cool team and perfect for the concept. I can really see them continue as this group with such a concept. Even
Yeah.
though the Masters did not say that, once again, I'm not even surprised anymore that the Masters simply ignore, or at least Mnet isn't editing in the really positive things that the Masters are saying. Well, besides, of course, Hikaru's dish, which was cool. I have to give it to her, that dance move that she did there, with like her fingers, where it looks like she's eating noodle soup, which wasn't even part of the choreography. She freestyled that. Really cool idea, and she's just perfect for those parts. And yeah,
Yeah.
overall, great performance. Also, I added this song to my playlist. Amazing thing. Yeah.
I hope this is getting the song that's get performed once again as a when a group debuts. By the way, I really hope it, cause
Yeah, me too. Me
I want
too.
to I want to see this again. Uh, maybe when the girls, the final nine, trained a bit more and stuff like that, to just see a perfect performance, from the stage. I really want to see
Mm,
it.
mm. I mean, the way it looks like Xiao Ting doesn't have to practice. She will be there. She will be there, ready in the center.
I mean, it's not, she doesn't get pointed out for dance and singing from masters, but but no,
No.
definitely, she really did a good job. And something that comes in my mind, we it's not like we said uh shouting is bad or something like that, but we already well, always said something like, we can't really see something huge from her, where it comes that she's number one and stuff like that. And
Ah.
I'm not saying that she's number one right now because of the stage, but I feel like in that stage she was really one of the eye catchers,
Yeah,
and that
that
in
that
many
is,
ways.
that is true. I mean, I already said before, like voice wise, she is not someone who's standing out a lot, but
Mhm.
her stage presence, the way she's presenting herself, the way she's moving, the way she's getting into a concept, is really something that is getting better and better each and every time she's performing. And there, but now I could completely understand when she's like number one and stuff like this. I'm like, okay, I see what you saw now completely.
Yeah.
Before, in my opinion, she also did a good job, but she wasn't able to shine as much as she was here. So that was just always the thing where I wondered, not
Mhm.
even that she's number one, but why? But how is this big gap
Yeah. Right.
coming? Where is that coming from? That is just this gap is something that is always confusing me.
Mhm.
But yeah, shouting, love you, great job.
Super. Looking forward to more.
Definitely. Yeah. And that was it. That were the performances, the creation performances, and then they announced the winner. And a quite funny thing about that was that not even Mnet tried to make that try to get much time out of this, because even they knew how obvious that decision is. Like,
Yeah.
even they knew that no one is sitting there like, oh my god, which performance is going to get first? No, of course it was you plus me equals love. They won, which means they get the benefit once again. They got twice the votes the last 24 minutes of the voting. And yeah, this could save quite many a good amount of people in this group once again. And the people in the group are So Young-un, Kamimoto Kotone, Sakamoto Mashiro, Tsuk Shin-yu, Mei, Nonaka Shana, and Kim Soo-yeon.
May.
Yeah. Mei doesn't want to leave this show.
It's what can I say? Let's see next week for real. I don't want to think about it. I just want to see it.
Yeah. Someone I'm really happy about is Shana. That she's getting the benefit. This
Young
could
is in
really
there.
help her. I'm super happy about that. Also, Junghoon. I mean, those two are my top picks for Korean and Japanese. So I hope, I hope. And yeah, also now Suyeon got the bonus. How do you feel about that?
I feel very happy about it, but on the other side, that might get her into the top 18. I really can't believe that, but or top 17. It's
17
17.
plus 1. Yeah.
Right. But imagine that's such a huge gap between being there in it cause you won the round and the top 9. So I don't really think she's getting into the group, but I can imagine cause of the fact that she got the double votes, that she might be number 17, 16, or 15.
Mm-hmm.
Something like that. And I'm very happy about it cause I can see her in the finale.
Exactly. Next time we will get like the announcements for the people who will survive. And just to get that back into your memory, we already talked about it shortly. 17 people will survive through pure voting of the Planet Guardians, and one person will be saved by the Planet Pass once again. Again, a really important thing, it absolutely doesn't matter which nationality you are from. There is no ratio anymore. It's only about the raw, the raw amount of votes. And also something else really interesting happened. We got an announcement for the OOO mission. Now, what is the OOO mission? The OOO mission was a really, once again, short voting kind of that Mnet allowed us to do. They uploaded performances of the girls performing OOO, and you were able to get get onto the individual cams and hit the like button for the girl you like the most, or the girls you like the most. And yeah, the whoever is getting the most likes would win this. The thing is, I didn't really find out what exactly the benefit is of that. I have honestly no clue. If you guys know, please let us know in the comments, because I rewatched it and I didn't get it. Maybe I oversaw it again, but yeah, please tell us.
Maybe it's
And
something really useless like the top one is just in the group. and it's kicking out everyone else, and it's just getting number one or something like that.
Yeah, instantly. Instant number one forever.
Yeah,
Maybe. But yeah, let us know if you know. And
exactly.
before we jump to like the final corner, which is as always the best corner of this podcast, Fashion with Jingoo, it is time to get into a bit more serious topic. We don't even need to talk long about it, but I want to mention it at least. Because there have been articles going around about people not just mobbing, but really threatening Sunmi since she started to appear as a master on the show. I have here, I have a post open here. There are comments like, "How should I kill this bitch Sunmi? Hehehehe. As soon as Sunmi releases an album, I'm going to fucking curse her out like crazy in real time. Crazy shaman bitch. Hehehehe. Um, and hehe, she'll get lots of complaints about how she doesn't have an aura." Now, in this podcast, we also like to joke around a bit about this whole aura topic. If you know when you watch this podcast, but of course, always just joking in a way. This stuff here that people are sending her is just so far from like humor. This is just freaking disgusting. Openly, like mobbing a person, telling her what a piece of shit she is, how much you would like to freaking kill her. Is I will never get how people can seriously do shit like this. And Sunmi even answered that. Sunmi responded with the following, and this really is honestly kind of hard. What did I do that was so wrong? What should I do? What about me made you hate seeing me so much and made you want to kill me? Was it my judging standards that I mentioned in episode 1? Up until now, I've been monitoring the show and making efforts to talk on the program in a way that more people would be able to relate to and understand. I also genuinely spent every moment sincerely thinking about what more I could do for our contestants. Just cheer harder for our contestants, please. Like that, such a message is even necessary is beyond everything I can understand, that I can accept. What the hell has to go on in the minds of people to write shit like this? I really don't, I can't wrap my head around it, how you can actively attack a person's psyche so hard. Like I know it is not in, I think it is not even possible, if you have never experienced it, to really understand what this does to you, to read death threats and shit like this. The thing is, I'm always someone who says when you are stepping into the public, you have to be able to handle assholes to a certain extent. But this is so far over everything a human should have to bear, especially like all she does is trying to entertain people. All she does in the show is trying to help the girls to get better, to achieve their freaking dream. Even in episodes like today, where I myself like criticize the masters and stuff like this, you have to be freaking able to differentiate between the person that is like maybe upsetting you a bit with the opinion they have or with what they say to the girls, and like the freaking person that is behind all of this, you know? The person that has freaking feelings, and the person that may or may not be able to handle that shit. Because if you know Sunmi, you know that she had mental problems in the past. And this shit is just one of the many reasons why I sometimes really have problems when people ask me, what like what kind of music do you hear? It's not that I am like I have a problem with saying I listen to K-pop, because I love K-pop. It's my favorite music genre ever, and I have no problem with telling that to people. But what is going on in the mind of people then is, okay, so you're one of those K-pop fans, and the problem is that not all of them, and not the majority, but a big part and a ridiculously loud part of K-pop fans really behave terrible on the outside. And an even smaller part, but still an unfortunately bigger part than in a lot of other types of entertainment, are people who write shit like this. And this is making all of the stuff that I'm doing, and I think I also can say that for Pain, really, really, um, yeah, kind of sometimes a bit disgusting to do when you think about how other people behave kind of in your name. Because I openly present myself as someone who likes this genre, and these people are doing it too. And of course, those two things kind of fall then into each other. And I just wanted to take this opportunity to once again. I know it probably doesn't help anything, because those people will never learn. They are just bastards. I'm sorry, but they are. Who have absolutely no sense for what's right, who are just disgusting through and through, who don't care about what other people feel, and how they maybe um, are not able to handle the situation. We had those occasions in the past often enough, that artists, also K-pop artists, weren't able to handle that shit anymore, and then killed themselves because of exactly stuff like that. So please, 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 guys, if you ever see comments like this, report it instantly. Make sure that those people get some kind of backlash um, for their actions. The problem is that the agency of Sunmi, I think it is Abyss, they don't have something like an artist protection thing where you can send in those comments, and then they take legal actions. But at least report the stuff, so that is getting deleted from the internet. Maybe the users getting blocked and stuff like this. Whatever you do, it is better than doing nothing. When you see that stuff, always think about what this shit can do to the people having to read that. And if Sunmi even has to respond herself to that, you can be sure that this is something that is sticking in her head. And that a person who simply wants to entertain people has to go through such shit is just completely intolerable. I'm sorry, but this is such a disgusting behavior. Um, should openly be spoken against, in my opinion. Do you want to add something to this? I know my monologue was pretty long.
I don't think so, to be honest.
Okay.
It's just. I don't know how I'm supposed to do the freaking last corner now. Jesus. We should
Yeah.
have changed this.
Nah, I don't think so. I did it on purpose because, in the end, what we want to do with this podcast is we still want to entertain the people, you know? So I purposely didn't want to end this podcast on that note. All I wanted to do is to show the people, to remind the people that shit like this is happening, and to remind the people that this really is something that can break others. Just think about what everything you are doing on the internet can do to other people.
Mm.
That's all I want. That's all I want. Before you're pressing the enter button to send your comment, before you're uploading a video where you are like saying certain statements, just think, what can this do to other people? That's all I want. And I mean, I'm not the only person who says that. I won't be the last one. I don't know if this will have any effect, but I at least wanted to use this opportunity to say that this is happening and that the both of us are 100% against it, that we know that this exists and that we don't support it in any way. I just think that it's important.
Yeah. It's just that my mood is kind of. Wait, give me a second. I guess I have the best formula for that. I am just going to open. Oh Jesus. Okay. Yeah. I see it. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Because
oh, Jesus.
There's one thing that I assure you guys will always bring you up again once you're down, and that is the fashion of our beloved Jingoo. Now, what has he done this week, Payne?
I mean, we can. It's not a surprise if I say we definitely stepped back. Sadly, there was no up after the last one. But there is the thing you could say, okay, when you can't get better, and we maybe need to do a step back, then we can just, I don't know, do something similar, but a bit more ugly. I don't know, just give him like 200 necklaces or something like that, or give the glitter back on the shitty black suit or something like that. But it turned out once again very different. The masters would call him the Autumn Man. I would call him the Ugly Suit Man. Yeah.
Wow.
What can I say? Let's just start with the color of the suit. I mean, it's once again. What is this color? You can't just take a white color or something like that. No, you have to take. That's your turn. Tell me the color, please.
The thing is, I can pinpoint this color in any language that I have ever heard.
Okay.
I have absolutely no clue what you would call that. It is somewhat. It has something of white. It could be a super, super bright brown in a way.
You know the color beige? It's kind of look like that one, to be honest. But just a bit.
I have no clue. I don't know shit about colors.
Beige is kind of sand color. It's
Okay.
kind of called. It's kind of called like that. I don't know. If you Google like beige, then you maybe could. I guess it might fit. I just Googled it right now, and it should be something like that. And I don't like this color, to be honest. I don't like a suit in the color of sand or something like even in this direction. I mean, and on top of that, it's the whole thing. You have to top this color. Oh, the top of the suit thing, but the shirt under it as well. Maybe a bit a different tone of the color, but a bit more whitish and a bit slightly pink elements, but it's all beige. And it looks so ugly. Am I the only person who thinks that this color is an ugly color? For suits, at least. For clothes.
I
I
mean,
I don't think.
it looks like, I don't know. It looks like something you would use as a color for TV, like before color TV was invented, because then freaking doesn't matter. Um,
Right.
but as soon as color is a thing, I'm not sure. It looks like a color my grandpa would wear.
Yeah,
I think he has multiple pants in this color. Um,
definitely.
but
I mean, Jingoo has multiple colors of that pants as well. I'm pretty sure. Um, but wow, I'm so disgusted by looking at this, and it's maybe it's. So I'm a simple person sometimes, and we say like full white and full black is cool, but full kind of this color, it's shit. I think, as example, if you would kind of combine this with something dark, yeah. So if the shirt under the suit is kind of dark or something like that, it could be better. But this whole beige outfit looks not right in a place.
speaking of not right, what's up with
But
the necktie?
Mr. Autumn Man thinks that the suit and the beige color isn't autumn enough, yeah? To make the season more enjoyable, you need a super beautiful looking necktie. Or what do you think about this necktie?
I mean, what I give him is that the necktie is having like absolutely every shade of brown in it.
Yeah.
Um, and beige. I mean, I learned something new today.
Yeah.
Um, maybe this was just the things. I always had a problem with neckties, and especially neckties, which are everything else than plain color, because it's so freaking distracting. And maybe you could say, okay, but if you hate the jacket so much, you want to be like distracted from the necktie. But if the necktie is even more ugly than the jacket, then this whole concept doesn't work anymore at all.
No. Especially cause even if the suit is ugly, it's the complete opposite of the necktie, cause it's not just ugly, it's really lame and blank as well. So it's really just a lame kind of suit. It's not that your eyes are focused on that. No, your eyes are focused on the necktie. And it's one of the ugliest things. One of the ugliest. Is this a kind of accessoire, or is this still an
I,
do you
I mean, I'm
draw
not.
it other
I mean, I'm
different?
not sure, but I would guess that it's more an accessory.
Okay, then it's the most ugly accessory I have seen in a long time. I would eat all of his chains in the past compared to this thing there on him. I mean,
The thing is
just
it's kind of mesmerizing when I look at the necktie, because it's such a like catcher for my eyes, and my eyes try to escape it. You know, I see it and I was, oh, I want to get away from here, and then I try to escape, and then I lose myself in the complete desert of beige that is surrounding it, and I'm completely lost. Like my eyes are wandering up and down, trying to escape that, and where I'm landing again, exactly at the frickin' necktie. It's like an oasis in the desert where you try to find shelter, and but as soon as you arrive, you realize it was just like it was all a lie. It is the ugliest oasis I have ever seen. an oasis with nothing but, I don't know, shit filled with shit.
Mnet.
Works with
The,
the color.
Mnet. The next time you decide to do an autumn season concept, just buy Jingoo a tweed jumpsuit. One size. Just do it. It's better. It's literally better. And then you kind of may, I don't know, you let drop leaves from the top on the stage, and you have the whole autumn feeling. But this one here, no.
Also
I
on the
don't feel
jacket,
that.
on the sides, we have. I'm not sure. Um, these basically look like patches that he has there on the side. Is
Okay.
if you see his body in full, it's even like it's not even plain. And
Okay. I don't know.
I'm getting a headache.
Maybe there is something, but even if I'm not seeing it right now, maybe you guys might be sad because you can't get my my opinion about it. But on the other side, guys, I'm super happy when I don't see that what Nico saw right now, cause I have a limit. I'm just a human, so I'm just a human being.
I mean, it's basically, I guess it's just the pockets of the jacket, but on top of the pockets, it looks like there's a little cover, you know,
Oh my god, I saw it.
that you can probably like take up, put up, and then put something in the pocket. But there is one, and then on top of that, there's another,
There's another
which
one.
is not even symmetrical in length,
Why did I search for it?
which is pissing me off a lot right now.
And it looks like the other side. It's not on the other side.
Yeah, it looks like on the other side there's only one,
Yeah.
which was make it even worse. And ah,
I swear, if I would need to wear this shit. Oh damn, that wouldn't be healthy.
there is no person on this planet that I respect more than Jingoo. That he can week after week go onto the stage in those clothes, be so comfortable.
Yeah,
I admire that on him.
yeah, like
Like imagine you're looking in the mirror and you see what Jingoo sees, face. You're like, okay, 10 out of 10. And then you're looking down, you're like, fuck. But still, you're carrying this shit. I'm impressed. See, I'm really impressed by this dude.
for real. But on the other side, we have to say we have an elimination next week, and there he is going to have another suit for the stage. And Mnet, you did it. You are kinda on level 1 once again, so I don't know, there's so much to just be better in the next time. I guess we can be a bit blessed in the next week again. Once again. This is
Well, we will find out. Maybe he's got more outfits to show to us next week than just the one.
true. I mean, maybe. Yeah, maybe.
I truly hope so, because I need this. I need those outfits in my lives of this dude. I can't live anymore without those ugly outfits of his,
Nah,
where I can just look at and hate my life for a few seconds. I need that.
I really want to dream about it tonight. Yay. Hey.
Imagine you're dreaming, you're hearing Jingoo's voice, and you're like, "Oh my god, Jingoo! Yeah, in my dream!" And then just his clothes are coming up.
I mean, every girl in Girls Planet.
Yeah, but just his clothes, not this dude. The dude is not in it. It's like Invisible Man. It's just his suit walking towards you.
Then
Freaking nightmare.
then I'm going to just die. And maybe I die in real life as well, because it just shocked me so much or disgusted me so much in a dream that my brain just exploded or something like that.
This dude is just straight up impressive. Okay. That was it, guys. That was today's episode of AyoGG in the special edition for God's Planet 999 episode 10, powered by Mystique Story. Thank you, Mystique Story. Thank you. I hope you enjoyed it. Let us know your opinions in the comments below. And I hope I see you next time to the next video ever going to be. So thank you for your attention and bye.
Bye.